Hello friends, we're happy to see you on our channel. Imagine a tank battle where two real titans collide, an American M1 Abrams and Russian T-90. Both tanks have unique capabilities, but which of them is actually more effective on the battlefield? We'll compare their weapons, armor, mobility, and hidden advantages. Who will win this battle? Find out now. You can often find an opinion in mass media that the Russian T-90 tank in its current form can no longer be considered a modern combat vehicle. In several reports, American military experts claim that their M1 Abrams tank is the best in the world, a true pinnacle of tank construction. And they state that the T-90 has been obsolete from the very beginning and cannot compete with the American tank. However, is this statement objective? Let's get to the bottom of it. In today's video, we will comparatively analyze the Russian T-90 and American M1 Abrams, try to objectively evaluate their combat characteristics, and find out which of these tanks can be considered more advanced. But before we begin, don't forget to support us with a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. T-90 and M1 Abrams tanks are vivid representatives of two different approaches to tank building: Soviet and Western schools. These vehicles incorporated the best ideas of their designers, but they were created based on completely different conceptual approaches. The T-90 is a modernization of the famous T-72, a tank that proved itself in combat operations and was widely used in the Warsaw Pact countries and beyond. The T-90 was developed after the collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s and absorbed all the best characteristics of the Soviet tanks, but taking into account new requirements. The tank became more powerful, mobile, and protected while retaining high efficiency and reliability. One of the key features of the T-90 was the automatic loading system, which allowed to reduce the crew to 3 people. This significantly improved the space saving and maneuverability of the vehicle. In contrast, the M1 Abrams was developed in the USA in the 1970s with the aim of creating a tank that could effectively fight enemy tanks and perform missions in a wide variety of environments. Unlike the T-90, the Abrams was not a breakout tank, but rather was intended to perform tasks as part of a tank army, where the focus was on its ability to destroy enemy tanks. At the design stage, it was designed to use a powerful gas turbine unit, which provided excellent cross-country capability and speed, but had one significant disadvantage: high fuel consumption. Besides, American engineers worked together with German designers, which also had an impact on the final design of the tank. One of the key aspects to compare these two tanks is their armament. The T-90 tank is equipped with a 125mm 2A46M smoothbore gun, which can fire both standard projectiles and guided missiles. The T-90 has a range of about 3.5 to 4 kilometers, which is pretty competitive with other modern tanks. However, the real strength of the T-90 is its ability to fire Reflex-M guided missiles, which have a range of up to 5,000 meters. This gives the Russian tank a huge advantage, as it can hit the enemy at long ranges without giving them a chance to respond. In addition, the reflex missiles are highly armor-piercing, which makes them effective even against modern anti-tank weapons. The M1 Abrams is armed with the M256 120mm smoothbore gun, which also has excellent performance, including a range of about 3,000 meters for standard ammunition. However, the Abrams lacks the ability to use guided missiles, which puts it at a less favorable position at long ranges. Instead, the American tank uses a variety of projectile types, including armor-piercing subcaliber and cumulative ammunition. Unlike the T-90, the Abrams has no automatic loader and requires 4 crew members, 1 mechanic driver, 1 commander, and 2 loaders. As for protection, the T-90 and M1 Abrams are both equipped with highly effective armored protection systems. In particular, the T-90 uses a combined armor consisting of metal and ceramic inserts, as well as the Contact 5 active protection system, which is designed to neutralize cumulative projectiles and armor-piercing subcaliber ammunition. In addition, the T-90 is equipped with the Schnorta system, which protects the tank from laser guidance systems and guided missiles. This system creates an aerosol curtain that makes it difficult to aim weapons at the tank and also jams laser signals. On the other hand, the Abrams is equipped with the CHOPM composite armor, which was developed in the United Kingdom and was considered one of the most advanced and modern at the time of the tank's development. This armor includes several layers of different materials that significantly increase its effectiveness against a wide range of threats, including anti-tank shells, missiles, and other weapons. Thanks to this system, the tank has a high level of protection and can survive in intense combat. However, despite its high effectiveness, the Abrams is not equipped with an active protection system similar to the one used on the Russian T-90 tank. Active defense systems, such as the Afghanet on the T-90, are designed to intercept and destroy threats in the early stages of their approach, which significantly increases the tank's chance of survival in combat. The absence of such a system on the Abrams makes it more vulnerable in certain situations, especially in conditions of intensive enemy attacks. The T-90 has notable advantages when it comes to mobility. The tank is lighter and more maneuverable. It weighs in at about 48 tons, which allows it to move faster over rough terrain and more easily overcome various obstacles. In difficult off-road conditions, the T-90 will have a noticeable advantage over the Abrams, which weighs as much as 62 tons. This makes it less maneuverable and difficult to move, especially in conditions of limited access roadways or when it is necessary to move quickly through difficult terrain. The Abrams is powered by a 1,500 horsepower gas turbine engine, which provides the tank with excellent speed and high cross-country capability on various types of terrain. Thanks to this, the Abrams can maneuver quickly and overcome severe obstacles. However, this engine has a significant disadvantage: high fuel consumption, which limits the range of the tank. The Abrams can travel about 350 kilometers with a single tank of fuel, which is much less than some other tanks. This limitation can be a problem when it is necessary to operate at long ranges or in remote areas where refueling is not always possible. Unlike the M1 Abrams, the T-90 tank uses a 1,000 horsepower diesel engine, which is less powerful but ensures significantly more cost-effective fuel consumption. Thanks to this, the T-90 has a range of up to 550 kilometers, which is much greater than the Abrams. This range makes the T-90 more effective in long-term operations, where it is crucial to maintain autonomy and the ability to operate for long periods of time without the need for constant refueling. This advantage is especially relevant in combat situations where dependence on logistics can be a serious limitation for the tank. So far, it is impossible to say for sure which of these tanks is the best. Each of them has its strengths and weaknesses. The M1 Abrams offers reliability, powerful armor protection, and high-end weaponry, but it is much heavier and less mobile. On the other hand, the T-90 has outstanding long-range capabilities thanks to its guided missile system, and also outperforms the Abrams in terms of mobility and cost-effectiveness. The M1 Abrams costs at about $8 to $10 million per tank, while the T-90 costs about $4 to $5 million per tank. We should realize that in real combat conditions, a lot depends not only on the characteristics of the tank itself, but also on the level of training of the crew, tactics, and the environment. There are no invulnerable tanks, and each battle will depend on many factors. So, we've covered all the key features of the T-90 and M1 Abrams, but which of these tanks would actually prove stronger in a real battle? Each has its own unique advantages, whether it's the range and mobility of the T-90 or the armor and protection of the Abrams. Ultimately, the winner depends on many factors, including tactics, crew, and battle conditions. So, despite all the technological differences, none of these tanks is a universal frontrunner. Tell us in the comments which tank you think will win in a one-on-one battle, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos about military technologies.